Happy Sunday afternoon to everybody, depending on when you are seeing this one. I know I'm very late to the Xur party, but in case you were curious if there's anything good, I will do a quick run through. He is in the tower. He's got Skyburner's Oath. It did get a bit of an update, so if you haven't picked it up, it's definitely worth getting with the new catalyst as well. Good for Cabal if you're fighting those. Raiju's Harness for the Hunters. This is one guarding, deactivate Whirlwind Guard early. Whirlwind Guard consumes energy more slowly when not attacking, and guarding does not consume super energy. So if you're using Whirlwind Guard, this is kind of the one for it. For your Titans, we've got Eternal Warrior. This one basically you gain an overshield when activating Fist of Havoc. Now granted, this one I will say is worth calling out because you've got some resilience, decent recovery, good for PvP, which is mostly when you're going to use this one, with some discipline, intellect, and strength, and a 66 total stat. I still can't stand the way this thing looks. I don't even know if there's an ornament for it yet, which there is, which actually, well, kind of looks ridiculous, but not better. Maybe you could shade the thing so it doesn't look complete. Yep, it's just going to be awful. But very good roll on it, so if you don't have a great roll, still probably worth grabbing. For the Warlocks, you've got a 61 Aeon Soul, but you do have 19 in recovery, some intellect, and some strength. While it doesn't have high resilience, Aeon Soul right now, very good for earning King's Fall. Making sure you get heavy ammo for your finishers is a nice way to just help everybody out on your team. See, if you don't own the Aeon exotic for every class, make sure you buy it. Make sure you have one copy just tucked away in the vault. You could always get a better version. But the fact that this actually has 19 recovery for a Warlock, it's not the worst thing I've seen, even if it is a total of 61 only. So pretty high stats on the Titan. The Warlock is one you should own if you don't. As for Hawkmoon, we're looking at Killing Wind, Textured Grip, Alloy Mag, and Fluted Barrel. Killing Wind I know some people like, just kind of a preference on perks. We've got Moving Target here on Dead Man's Tail with high caliber rounds, Fluted Barrel, and Short Action Stock. I don't know if either of those are god rolls per se. Those are probably more of the PvP ones if you're looking for god rolls there. In this area, we've got Underdog and Rangefinder you can skip. Outlaw Dragonfly and an auto rifle. It is a high impact one, so it's okay, but again, it's only got extended mag and steady rounds here. Polygonal's not bad. It's okay. Honestly, this is not going to be the bow that I would recommend everybody to get, but I will say a Wolfstone draw with Archer's Tempo feels pretty decent. Your draw speed is actually in an okay place right now, mostly just because you've got slightly increased accuracy, or you come down here and get slightly faster draw time, so this will go down with draw time. But Archer's Tempo, draw time, and this one makes Adagio not quite as bad, especially when Archer's Tempo kind of basically is going to stack and counter Adagio. But Adagio is going to allow you to get a bigger damage hit with the bow, and then you can put something like Minor Spec on there and you've got draw time. It's just a bow I'm going to pick up to mess around with, so I recommend if you need an arc bow for your arsenal, this is not a horrible one. It's a weird little mix of perks going on, but it's not bad actually for an arc bow. Fusion Rifle, high impact reserves is a great thing here, but hipfire grip I don't think is amazing. You've got range and handling. This is fine. I mean, Cartesian's like not a bad fusion, but there's better rolls for it. Heating up an Adagio on Iota Draconis, it's a high impact fusion, so you're really going to need like the right perks to go with it. I don't think this is it because this thing would make it fire so slow. I think it might be nearly unusable. Tarantula. Now, we do have a new craftable arc fusion rifle with regards to the new season, so you may not need one anymore, but if you don't have an arc fusion rifle, firmly planted and rampage, you've got enhanced battery for a bigger magazine size, stability, draw time. Not the worst. Tarantula is not bad, even though rampage doesn't do a whole lot for me anymore, because you're typically not just killing a bunch of enemies with linears most of the time, so this won't do you much good. Firmly planted for faster handling, accuracy, and stuff like that's okay, but again, if you just don't own a linear fusion that's arc, you know, you could buy it, but now the fact that you can get one and craft one with Season of Plunder, probably not as necessary as it used to be. Finally, got Frozen Orb with no distraction and Dragonfly, so if you want to have a little fun exploding heads, you could. As for the Titans, you've got a 60 with no resilience you can skip. You've got a 60 with no resilience you can skip. The head is a 60, not a bad combination of stats there. I'd like to see the resilience and recovery kind of reversed. But here on the chest, 14 resilience, 16 recovery, 8 discipline, 23 intellect. I'm going to buy this one, so I recommend any Titans buy that one. Now let's check the other two. The Warlock's nothing too exciting. You got a 59 you can skip. You've got a very high mobility, little bit of recovery, and high strength. That's like a very spiky specific build if you're going for that one. And a 63 in kind of a similar fashion. If you're looking for some reason a mobility and strength build with some resilience, recovery, and discipline, that's not awful for a certain build, but I'm just not sure what it would be offhand. Here's your spiky recovery. You got 21, 15 in intellect, some strength. This one's actually not bad. It is only a 60, but again, brand new player. I've seen worse spike distribution, so Warlock's kind of only okay here. Okay, for the hunters, just, I'm sorry, a 55, a 57, a 60, and a 59, not really anything to worry about. So if you don't own any of the exotics, I would always buy them to complete your collection, give you a reason to have this exotic engram, give you something potentially new, which is always good. Titans, grab the Eternal Warrior, it's a very solid roll. Warlocks, you should own one of these Aeon Souls, and then not a bad bow that's kind of unique. Cartesian's kind of okay, but nothing really too exciting. Otherwise, kind of a weak, if you get what I'm picking up there. For Xur, not too much. If you missed it, it's not a big deal, and being 2 days late to this thing, guess that wasn't a big deal either. If you guys are enjoying the King's Fall raid, I will work on a guide for that one, because that is one that I actually know pretty well and just always enjoy the raid. So it's a big one, but that will be a long video. That'll take me a little while to put together. If you guys are enjoying the content from me though for the new season, hit that like, hit that subscribe bell, hit the subscribe button, and if you guys want to find me on Twitter or Twitch, you can find me at Ebontis. If you guys are Patreon subs or YouTube members, thank you for the extra. All of you are as amazing. See you soon.